I'm Al Butler.
My name is Melissa Henderson.
Okay, my name is Troy Morris.
My name is Tiffany Gilmore.
Okay. I host Al B in the afternoon. Kind of, it's not really the name of the show, but that's just kind of what we call the time slot. And getting ready for the show. I'll see you go on in about 10 minutes. So I'm just doing the last pieces, getting some information that I need for our guests today.
I actually am the executive assistant to Sarah, who is the president and general manager. And I guess under that title, I assist with sales and marketing, and I'm also the point person for the social media and website campaigns, because we just launched a new website, 900amwurd.com. So I manage the back end of the website, and I also manage our social media accounts as well as sales.
I'm a producer, board operator here, and also a fill-in talk show host. Also host a feature on the Al B in the afternoon program called Troy's News, where I broadcast several current news events that are going on in the city, the region, the nation, internationally, and then the host will comment on each particular news item.
I'm a producer. I produce live shows just as well as syndicated shows such as Al Sharpton.
I went to Hampton. Hampton University, HBCU love. And I went to school for broadcast journalism. And it's been a long road. It wasn't easy. It took me about 5 years before I actually got a job in radio. I got a job at a station that I interned at Hampton, here in Philly, called WHAT. That station, I worked at that station from 2000 to 2007. That station was bought out and everyone was let go. And fortunately, the folks at WURD grabbed me off the street and made me a part of the thing.
I had no idea what I wanted to do, but I knew that I wanted to be in the communications industry. So anything from writing to radio to TV, you know, I was pretty much open for some possibilities.
So got my start working in radio, working in news, in traffic, that is the department in radio that schedules commercials, public service announcements, promotional announcements. I was the interim student program director at Temple, worked my way up to that position. And while a student, and also I was on air as a disc jockey playing jazz music. I eventually hosted a jazz program that played acoustic jazz and contemporary jazz called Sunday Morning Mellow into the afternoon.
Well, I interned at Power 99 FM before I went to the main campus, so that led my destination into radio. And coming out of college, I transitioned from FM radio to AM radio. I see that there was a significant difference, and I believe that our younger constituents needed to know valuable information that was often lost on the FM side of radio.
Well, this is a form of the broadcast journalism. I'd like to branch off of the TV, but I don't, we're always exploring new avenues. Bill Anderson, the morning host, and myself, we make appearances on local Fox television, discussing any number of issues. So doing more of that in the future. Also, I do some modeling, so always exploring a little bit of everything.
My ultimate goal is to be like the person to transition businesses from old media to new media. And that is what I'm here to do at WURD Radio. So new media meaning using different mediums to communicate, rather not just the traditional, radio, but we're on air and we're online and we're in community. So how we can bridge those gaps and make them more fluid. So my ultimate goal is just to be, media savvy and to be a citizen of this world.
I definitely see myself being a leader. I definitely see myself having entrepreneurial projects. I definitely see myself being a role model to younger people and showing them that not only you can come from the inner city of Germantown, but no matter what family you come from, I think it's important for all of us to come together and bridge this gap, even with our older generation, so we can be able to create a blueprint for our future.
It's not easy So I would tell folks not to get discouraged.
Now pick another profession.
Be open to doing things that you may think aren't necessarily the things that you thought you'd do. Whether it's doing some extra work or working for less money than you thought you'd actually accept originally. There are going to be times you're going to have to pay some dues. Like I said, I didn't get my first job in radio until 5 years after I graduated, and so you're talking about working at minimum wage, hourly wage, after 5 years of graduation of college, you know, basically taking a pay cut, but it's something I wanted to do. And I also stayed aggressive. I let people know what I was interested in doing, that I wasn't just there just kind of like to fill space and take up time, but I had ambitions in being a host. And so I went from being a part-time producer to a full-time producer to then eventually getting my own show. So there's all those steps. Intern, make sure you get your internships, that's key.
Cool.
And keep those relationships over time. I always went back to the station. I went to, I guess my first internship was in 1992 at the station. Every year, every break I had, I went back to the station, make sure they knew my face, make sure if there was any new people that I introduced myself, and over time those relationships paid off. It's what ended up getting me hired when I came back.
I would advise that you pick something that you are really interested in, and something that can span across different industries, so you won't be specific to one thing.
I say not only be entertained, but be informed. It's most important to know who is your state representative, who is your governor, who is your mayor. These people work for you, so you make sure you get your money's worth.
You also asked me my advice for people who wanted to get into the business.
Yes.
You want to know what my advice is?
What is it?
Don't do it! I beg you! But if you must, if you feel that's your calling, go ahead and do it. The great thing I can say about working in this business, even though I never made the kind of money that I always wanted to make and that I thought I should make, it is something that I love to do. So when I'm doing this, I'm in my element, and it's something that I love to do. So if this is your passion, it's something that you want to do, go ahead and do it, recognizing you may not get rich and famous. And actually you may get famous, but you may not get rich, or you may get rich and may not get famous, whatever. But you know, if it's something that you feel that you want to do, by all means, go ahead and do it. But it is a very difficult field to make it in. But you know, some do, some don't. I suppose the cream rises to the top.